Good morning everyone. I'm Dr. Swapna and this is the fourth lecture on marketing strategy. Let us discuss about pricing strategies. We know the pricing is a second P in a marketing mix. So let us discuss what is a price. Price can be defined as the amount charged for the product or service including any warranties or the guarantees, delivery, discount, services or other items that are the part of a condition of sale and are not paid for separately. To the buyer, the price is a package of the expectations and a satisfaction. Thus, a price must be equal to the total amount of benefit, that is physical, economic, social, ecological and psychological benefits. Price can be defined as the amount charged for the product or service including any warranties or guarantees, the delivery, discount, services or the other items that are the part of the conditions of the sale and are not paid for separately. Any change in the price will bring about a change in the satisfaction rate. To the ultimate consumer, the price he pays for a product or a service represents a sacrifice of a purchasing power. The price paid by a reseller are also sacrifices. To the consumer, price is a product disfeatures, that is a feature of which he disapproves. However, to a seller, the price is a source of revenue and a main determinant of profit. To the seller, it is a profit feature which is the most welcome. Hence, the price factor is essential to the consumer also and to the seller also. As per the law of demand, if the price increases, the demand decreases and vice versa. Hence, the price should be reasonable and which is beneficial to the producer and which is reasonable to the consumer. Hence, the deciding the price, it is also the important factor in a marketing. Let us discuss about the elements or the variables of a price mix. The pricing policies and strategies. The pricing policies and strategies are the guidelines and the frames within which management adjusts pricing so as to match the market needs. Giving a various types of discount is one of the pricing policies used by the companies to attract buyers or to meet a competitive pressures. Let us see. The first is a discount. Discounts are a reduction from the price list given by a seller to a buyer who either gives up some marketing functions or provide the functions himself. The discounts are given to the final customers and the customers or the channel members for doing something or the accepting the less of something. Hence, the discount is also impacting on the price. Let us see the second, it's a quantity discount. Quantity discount are given to encourage customers to buy in a larger amounts. This lets a seller get a more of a buyer's business or shifts some of the storing function to the buyer or reduces shipping and a selling cost or all of these. The next is a trade discount. Trade discount or the functional discount is the deduction given from the quoted price because of the specific position enjoyed by the buyer in channel of distribution. Trade discount is a percentage deduction of the quoted price and differs from industry to industry, from company to company, and from product to product. The next is a cash discount. A cash discount is the deduction given from the invoice price granted to all those who clear their bills within the desired time limit. And last one, it's a seasonal discount. Seasonal discounts are a discount offered to encourage buyers to stock earlier than the present demand requires. If used by producers, this discount tends to shift the storing function further along the channel. It also tends to even out a sales over the year and therefore the permits year-round operation. So let us see the second variable, that is a terms of credit. The more of the sales of product, the more will be the production of the product. The larger the production, the more economies of a scale the firm will be able to enjoy. It is a credit facility offered by a various business houses that many a times take the demand to a level where the economies of scale can be enjoyed. If credit is not offered, then the size of the market would not increase and the economies of a scale would not be enjoyed, and thus the production would not be the worthwhile. The next is a resale price maintenance. A resale price maintenance is a practice whereby the manufacturer or a distributor recommends the price and or the profit margin at which the downline channel members will sell a product. It is a policy of establishing a minimum resale price below which a wholesaler or a retailer may not sell the manufacturer's products. A resale price maintenance is a design to prevent excessive cost cutting by the intermediaries and the consent reduction in their profit margin. Let us see need and importance of pricing. The price is essential to the marketing. Price allocates resources. Price determines a general standard of living. Price is a competitive weapon. Price is a determinant of profitability. Let us discuss about the factors influencing pricing and pricing decisions. When company decides about the price, so they should decide the upper limit and a lower limit of price. While setting the price, the marketing manager is influenced by many internal and external factors. Let us see internal factor influencing pricing. The first is an organizational factor. Organizational factor refers to an internal arrangement that a firm has for a decision making and its implementation. Normally, in any firm, a decision making for a pricing occurs at two levels. One is the top level management, which determines the basic price range for a product range with a reference to a various market segments, and the other is the lower level management that deals with the pricing decisions. Hence, the top level management decides a basic price range and a lower level management taking decisions about a pricing. The second is a marketing mix. Price is an important component of the marketing mix. However, while taking a pricing decisions, the other components nearby, namely the product, promotion, physical distribution, cannot be disregarded. A pricing decision should not be taken in isolation but together with the product marketing strategies and should avoid a conflict with the other element of the marketing mix. Hence, the pricing decisions is also affects on the other piece also. The next is a product differentiation. A product differentiation is the ability of the marketer to make his product distinct from the others in the market. This difference is relevant to the consumer and may be a real or a imaginary. One, a product can be differentiated from the other by use of package, design, size, color, shape or a advertising theme. Then the price may be the increase. The next is a product cost. Many of us think that the cost determines the price of a product. That is, the price is the cost plus profit. However, a production cost merely determines the existence of a business. It is a demand and a competition that determines the price. Hence, the price is also depends on a production cost. Next is a product life cycle. The pricing policy to be followed should be in a keeping with the age of the product. What stage of life cycle the product is in will decide the pricing policy to be followed. The next is a length or a channel of distribution. If the firm has a longer distribution channel of distribution, the price to be paid by the consumer is bound to be the higher than if there is a shorter channel. Let us discuss about the external factors. The first is a product demand. A demand is a single most important factor having a great impact on a price, pricing policy and a strategy followed by a firm. It is a nature and a magnitude of demand that is the most relevant to a product pricing. The demand may be elastic, inelastic, perfectly elastic or the perfectly inelastic. The pricing decisions will vary depending upon the exact nature and the exact of elasticity. Hence, the price is depends on a product demand. The second is a competition. The firm should constantly compare its prior products, prices, channel and distributions with those of the competitors. The company is supposed to know who its competitors and what their objectives are, what are their strengths and weaknesses and what their reaction pattern is. Hence, the competitor's price is also impacts on a pricing decision. Next is economic conditions. The economic conditions prevailing in the country or a region to have an impact on the firm's pricing policy. If the economic condition is good, generally the demand for a product is also high. However, a boom period encourages the entry of competitors and this leads to increase in a competition. During period of the recession, a price cutting is usually seen. Thus, the pricing decisions depend on economic conditions. Let us see the next point, that is the government regulations. A government of a nations influence the pricing policies in a number of ways the government happens to be the largest employer and the biggest buyer in the economy. The next is a ethical consideration. A business principles and ethics hardly go together. However, the most business houses make a serious efforts to maintain an image of themselves in the backdrop of ethical values. Hence, the ethical consideration or the ethical values of the organization is also affects on the pricing decisions. The next is a supplier. The pricing policy of a firm is also influenced by the price of the inputs to the manufacturing process as well as the pricing policies of the supplier. Thus, the price of a textile manufacturer will be influenced by the price of the cotton, which is a major input. Similarly, the price of an automobile is bound to increase if the price of the part like batteries, the belts, the spark plugs, etc. move up. If the suppliers realize that their input is significant and cannot be substituted, they may raise their prices to capitalize on this fact. Thus, the pricing decisions of the firm is affected by the pricing decisions of the suppliers also. If the suppliers increases their materials prices, it is automatically increases in price, and if the suppliers decreases their prices of the material, so automatically the prices will be decreases. And the last factor, it's the buyer behavior. The buyers are here mean both industrial buyers and final consumers. The competition of these buyers and their behavior has an impact on the pricing decisions of the firm. Thank you.